What's up, guys? So we're going to do a longer form video today. We're going to go through the whole workout together. I decided to restart the Gorilla Blueprint, my off-season program that is dropping on this Thursday, because I felt like restarting it. So it's good timing. I'll show you what day 2 looks like today. We started off with some speed work, which I'll clip to the beginning of the video, and then we're going to hit some bench press. I'm joined today by Kenny Thurston, who is a Boston Junior Terrier, incoming freshman next year at Southern New Hampshire University. He's a hockey player. He's a good hockey player. I was going to film alone, but he showed up, and he happens to be running the same program, so we're going to run it together. So we're going to start with some bench press. He's just finishing up his sled work. For the speed work, I modified a bit for myself in the program. It is resisted sprints for the first phase, so sled sprints. If you have a partner, band resisted sprints, hill sprints. You could even run on incline on the treadmill if you were in a pinch. But some sort of resisted sprint focused on acceleration. So Kenny's just finishing up his resisted sprints. I'm on a bit of a different path. I've been working on, anybody that's been following knows that I've been trying to rehab my hamstring for a while now, and it's going really well. So I've just continued with the rehab of my hamstring, the progression that I'm already on, and I did my speed work a little bit different outside. So I'll clip that to the beginning of the video just so you can see what I did. But without further ado, we'll get to the bench press. So we got a top set today of 6, so we'll go for a heavy 6, and then 2 back off sets of 10 for a little bit more volume. So phase 1 in the program, the first 2 weeks, is a little bit more volume because in theory, as an off-season program, it should be the farthest point away from our upcoming season. So we can handle a little bit more volume, a little bit more damage in the gym, and focus on what would be thought of as more hypertrophy work. So without further ado, we'll start throwing some weight around. Sweet. By the way, we did not plan to match today. That's a happy coincidence. All right, I'm gonna go for 2 pizzas. Got one over there? Yeah, here, take this one. Ready? Thanks. Thank you. Probably go a little heavier for the 6, but that's close. 2 10s? See it? This is going to be your top set? Yeah, if you feel good, let's let it rip. One at a time. Yep. Yep. Come on. Big push. Yep, yep, yep. Come on. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. That's good. It's all right. You're also kind of dialing in like your numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't lifted like this all season, so.
No, I haven't bench pressed within the last week in like 8 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
No, so you'll dial in over the next couple of weeks and get a better sense of where you're at, and then be able to make better judgment calls. But again, back to what we were talking about before, not thinking like you have to set records on week 1. Everybody gets all excited, like I'm starting a program, I'm going to get ripped, and you go for no. You got 10 weeks in the program, so we don't need to set records on week 1. That'll work. I mean, in general, I think it's good to have some element of feel that drives your decision making, like lift for a certain feeling or a stimulus rather than like I need to hit this number. Numbers can like guide you, but especially when you're not sure what the numbers are, like, okay, I want to do 6 reps and have it feel heavy. That's, yeah. All right. Here we go. Tits McGee. Felt good. That'll be good for 6. It was probably like so another thing you can start doing, like in the program, how it says like RPE, rate of perceived exertion. So start taking note of how it feels. Like, so how that set for me felt like maybe like a 7, RPE 7. That felt fine. It's a set of 10. You want to just go 135?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we'll go 2 plates. How do you feel like your in-season training went?
Pretty good.
Went pretty good?
Yeah, it was just
Well, in the context of like how your strength stuff is feeling right now, do you feel like you're greatly diminished from what you were preseason?
no,
Or just a little
I
bit?
feel like I'm actually like on the same.
Yeah.
Because last year at this time, that was a disaster.
After the season ended. Yeah.
And now it's like I'm pretty even to like where I was like in the middle of the summer last year.
Good. That's huge.
Yeah. So it's like I only took like a few steps back rather than
It's a tough thing, especially when you get into playoffs and it's like you really are just prioritizing the game, and it's like rapid fire games and practices. It's tough to have the same outputs in the gym.
Playoffs. I probably didn't pick up like anything heavy for
It beat the piss out of you. And you messed up your ankle, so you had a little hiatus there. But that's good that you don't feel like you fell off a cliff.
I didn't fall.
Good. All right, let's see if we can get this for a 10-piece. All right. Drive. Yes, sir. Good fight.
Yeah. Got 9, not 10.
It's all right.
Close enough.
It's all right. Same thing might happen to me right now. That's it today. So next week I'll try to get like a 9 or a 10 there, the same weight.
What was that?
That was 8. Ran out of steam. So we're hitting dumbbell RDLs next, or kettlebell RDLs. If you're a stronger athlete, you could just go straight to barbell RDLs. This is a good starting point for both of us, Ken just coming out of season and me rehabbing the hamstring. So it'll be a lighter load than we could load up with a barbell, but it'll be a good kind of test run for the hamstring. I have been doing some strength work with the hamstring and building up, so I'm ready for this. But still have a little bit trepidation about loading up a barbell super heavy because I kind of had a setback re-injury a few months ago. So all that to say, this is a good starting point. So picking up on it, upper body push with the barbell, now lower body pull with the RDLs, and that is the split for the first 2 weeks of the program. Upper body push, lower body pull, vice versa, and you'll hit 4 days a week like that. Let's go. How do you like the upper lower push pull split?
It's good.
You like it? Yeah.
The 2 first ones are the 2 like heaviest, hardest thing.
Yeah. And then this,
or at least for yesterday. Well, the iso holds were the hardest thing.
yeah, but it's more accessory work with the supersets at the end.
Yeah.
So that's how the whole program is. The first exercise and the second one stand alone, and then there's supersets. I have days with no supersets where it's just strength focused. So I don't want like excess fatigue. I want you totally rested, ready to go, big effort for a couple reps. But with that being said, like you can pair things if you need to. Like if you were in a time pinch, pair it up. Or conversely, if you have a superset but you want to break it up, you can break it up. I mean, there's so many different splits and organizations you can do. A popular one, obviously, is upper day, lower day.
Yeah, I used to be a fan of that, but after yesterday, I fucked with that a little more than
Yeah. Well, the way I feel is, and I like an upper lower split. Again, there's so many ways to skin the cat, but I would feel sometimes like I would completely annihilate my lower body because the whole lift is just your lower body. Yeah, and exactly. So if the next day I have any type of like athletic movement, sprints or jumps, fried, so I'm limited there. or I feel like I can't get a good lower body lift for X amount of days after. So I like the high frequency.
You're getting stronger every day in different places.
Yes. Yeah. It's not like it's quads every single day. Like it'll be more quad, knee dominant stuff. The next day will be more hamstring, glute dominant stuff. Yeah. Higher frequency, lower, like just beating the shit out of it all in one day. All right, here we go. All right. I can feel like.
Is there like tightness?
Tightness isn't the word. It's like if I really pull it hard, it wouldn't be good. I just have to be like mindful. Yeah. I can't just like let it rip all willy-nilly. But it's all right. Part of the process. So lay on your back, feet facing me, and your Achilles are going to go up on the ball here. And now hands out for balance, lift your ass off the ground, and then reach towards me with your feet, and then pull back in, and you should feel it in your hamstrings. Yeah, good. Sick. All right, continuing with the upper push, lower pull theme. We got a superset now, so now we're getting to more accessory work. So we're going to do 2 sets of 12 of each here. I've got a single arm, half kneeling overhead press, and Kenny is hitting the yoga ball hamstring curls. And you'll see in the program, you have options. So say if you didn't have access to a physio ball, you could just do any form of ham curl variation. That could be a lying ham curl machine. It could be floor slides. You could just have socks. If your socks slide on the floor, you could do the same thing. So any form of ham curl variation you want to do, you have those types of options throughout the program because not everybody has every piece of equipment. So there's flexibility and the ability to make the program work for you and in your situation. All right, I've talked too much. Overhead press. It's a lot. All right. Get it, get it, get it. All right, we're going to round things out with lateral raises and some Copenhagen planks. 2 sets of 15 on the raises, 2 sets of 30 seconds-ish on the Copenhagen plank, kind of close to failure. And that'll be that. What do you want to start with?
I'll start with flies.
Okay. All right, you can do those seated here. And then, yeah, do them seated. And I'll do Copenhagen's on the back end of the bench here. Oh boy. Good for you. So for anybody that doesn't know, we're training the adductors with the Copenhagen plank, so the groin area. Good for everybody. Really good for hockey players who have a lot of issues or tend to have more issues in the groin area. But a good thing to incorporate into your accessory work if you're not doing any sort of adductor training. You can do it the easier version. The shorter lever is we just bend the knees and pinch the bench. If you're good with that and that feels easy, you can move to the longer lever version and make it more challenging. So I'm actively pushing down into the bench with the top leg, but I'm also trying to squeeze up from the bottom, so sort of a vice effect or like a clamshell effect onto the bench. And I'm just clamping down and challenging those adductors. Jesus. Yeah, that'll do. Little tip on the lateral raises. You want to try to target delts and not shrug it up. Be conscious of keeping those shoulders down. Don't bunch up when we raise. And think about not raising the weight up, but pushing someone's hand away. So if someone had their hand on the back of my hand and was trying to keep it down, think of pushing their hand away. And that always helped me, for whatever reason, find a better connection with my delts. Yeah, especially when you start to fatigue, your body's going to find the strategy to get the task done even if it's going to be calling on muscles we're not necessarily trying to work on. I don't think you're ever going to totally exclude the traps, but we can turn up the volume on the delts for sure. Sir. Yes, sir. Got it done. Nice job, brother. Work. So I guess that's it, guys. Might start doing some longer form content like this. Let me know if you like it, if you've made it this far. Thanks to Ken for joining me today, and catch you on the next one.